Hey everybody, welcome to What It Takes, a mini series where I ask the same questions to elite coaches and where they talk about what it takes to become an elite coach. I'm your host, Kevin Shaw, and today we are talking with 15-star diamond and 5-time elite coach, Meg Wiczynski. Meg, welcome to What It Takes.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Excellent. Meg, before we get started, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I am a mom of a beautiful baby girl. She'll be 15 months on the 14th of February. And I am married to an amazing man. We've been married for 2 years. And I'm also a fur mommy. So.
All right. Love those fur babies. Fun stuff. Okay, here we go. Here are the questions. Meg, how were you introduced to Beachbody?
So I actually came in as a discount coach. I have my degree in nutrition, and Janelle Summers, my awesome coach, was like, Meg, you would make an amazing coach. You have the background. You're starting to see results. I was doing Turbo Jam and drinking Shakeology. And she said, you would help inspire so many people. And like many people, I was completely terrified to, one, own my own business, two, promote it on social media. I was terrified of what people would think. So I signed up solely for the discount on Shakeology. I wanted to continue to drink it, but I didn't want anything to do with the business.
Wow. Shakeology.
Yeah, Shakeology got me hooked.
I love that story. That is so cool. Okay, so now you started your business. Can you describe what those early days look like?
Yeah, so like I said, I was a discount coach from about July of 2009 until about April of 2011. So I have a different sign-up date and start date. And so if you have discount coaches, don't discredit them, don't overlook them, because they may come back and be a diamond in the rough, which was what it did for me. I had to get to that place where I was really uncomfortable in my life. And I was working full-time at a local YMCA. And I knew that I wanted a different life for my future family. So I had to sacrifice a lot. I was working, 8 to 9 hours a day. And so I'd wake up early in the morning, get a power hour in at lunchtime. I know it's not the healthiest thing. I was over my computer responding back to people and eating my lunch. And then when I would get home from work, I would put another hour in. So total, 3 to 4 hours on top of my full-time job. And I had to hustle, and I had to try a lot of different things and find what worked for me. But it was so, so worth it.
I love that. You got to, there's crazy times and it's not going to fit in, but you got to make it fit in.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's so worth it. So, so worth it.
Great. Okay. What do you feel are some attributes or habits you have that contribute to your success?
Okay. So some things that I think have really helped me is that from 2011, I realized that my business was connected to my fitness journey. And if I was consistent with my results and showing those results on social media, I would be consistent in my business, because the daily habits, they just go all together. So I always, compare my results and how good I'm being with my nutrition and my workouts and sharing it to my business. So being consistent. It doesn't happen overnight. It definitely is the compound effect. And we live in a world where we expect instant gratification, but really with this business, it makes it so much better when you start succeeding because of all those daily habits that you did every single day. The other is just being extremely focused. I think a lot of people say, I have ADD, or I'm not able to focus on something, when really, if you tell yourself that, you're not going to be able to do it. But if you set up a workspace, you don't have to have an office. I started with a $10 table from IKEA pushed up against a wall at my 2-bedroom apartment. And so I just created that workspace for focus, and knew that in order to get where I wanted to be in this business, I couldn't shortcut anything. I had to put the time and effort in every single day. And then the last thing is just being passionate about helping people, and not focusing so much on the rank or the income, but truly trying to help as many people as you possibly can, and leaving every single individual through a conversation better than you found it, whether they purchase from you or they join another coach or they decide to go to CrossFit, just really focusing on helping that person.
Man, there's no surprise why you're a 15-star diamond. That's awesome. Focus on people, whether they help you or not. I love it.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Okay, so what advice, you kind of talked about this a little bit. What advice do you have for a brand new coach who doesn't know where to start? What can they do today to start achieving long-term success?
You know, I'm going to talk about results. You have to start with your own results and sharing it authentically. Okay, everything else starts to kind of fall into place and not seem as hard when you're focusing on making yourself better every single day. That's why, you know, with my own to-do list that I learned from my upline Janelle Summers is you never skip your workout in order to work. You never skip your Shakeology in order to work. You never skip your personal development in order to work, because when you have one of those three things out of place, everything else seems so hard. So as a coach who's getting started, focus on your journey, okay? And really, you know, diving fully into the program that you're doing and committing to it, because you're going to see amazing results, and just sharing that authentically, because people are just going to start asking you questions about what you're doing, and you're not going to have to push it on anyone.
More words of wisdom right there. Okay, what about the coach who is struggling or is thinking about giving up? What advice do you have for them?
So I've been at those times in my business too when I've wanted to give up. I know that you see coaches and what they've been able to accomplish, and you think they've never had a hard day in their life, or they're superwoman or superman or whatever, but we all have those doubts. And what I've done to talk myself off the ledge is to get back to the fun of it, okay? Take the pressure off, start focusing on your journey, start chasing after the stories that you can create with your clients, with your coaches, and loving on them. And, you know, everything else is going to start falling into place when you keep your head and your heart in the right spot. So I think that's it.
Yeah. And, you know, everybody goes through those times. Everybody has those challenges. But if you do exactly what you just said, I agree. You'll get out of it. I love it. Okay. What is the best advice you've received regarding your personal business?
Okay, so I love this one. Leading from the front, okay? You cannot expect your coaches to do something that you're not going to do yourself. You have to pave that path. And I know that seems like a lot of pressure and stress, thinking, oh my gosh, I can't even take any time off. But when you know that like your coaches are going to follow your lead, you can own it and know that maybe where you're at right now, you're not doing the things you're expecting your coaches to do. And you have that starting point. Just start focusing on adding to your network and reaching out to people about challenge groups and your journey and those things that is always spelled out, and your coaches will follow, whether it's within a week, whether it's a couple months, 6 months of you being consistent. They're not going to do anything that you're not doing.
Lead from the front.
Yep.
Great stuff. Okay, on to our speed round, Meg. Here we go. Just simple answers is all I'm looking for. On average, how much time do you spend working your business?
So as a full-time Beachbody coach, okay, you know, having a kid and a husband, it's 4 to 6 hours per day. I try to get those all done in the morning while my baby's taking her nap, but sometimes that doesn't work out so well, so I have to spread it out throughout the day. But it's 4 to 6 hours. And before, when I was doing part-time, it was like anywhere from 2 to 4 hours.
Great info. What's your average SC each month?
So my goal is always to be over Success Club 20, because if I know that I can help 10 people every single month transform inside and out, then I'm moving in the right direction with my business.
What percentage of time do you focus on your own business versus your team?
So I believe in the 80-20 rule. You have to spend 80% on your business and 20% on your coaches.
Familiar numbers. And what leadership ladder rung are you at right now?
I'm organizational leader.
Very good. Okay, folks, it is time for random questions from a hat. Meg has no idea what question I'm going to ask. I have no idea what question I'm going to ask. Meg, here is your question. What was the first thought you had when you woke up this morning?
Oh gosh, what was the first goal? So I'm doing this is horrible. I'm doing the 3-day quick fix, and I'm like, I wonder how much of my vacation bloat I lost. So that was my first thought.
There you go. First thought of the day. You heard it first from Meg. Meg, thank you so much for taking time with us today. Great thoughts, guys. This is What It Takes with Meg. Meg, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm totally honored.